So, welcome guys to my end of the year list, album of the year list, release of the year list. I don't know how this video is gonna call, but I think album of the year list 2020. It's one of the most fucked up years ever recorded in modern day humanity. Um, Everybody has suffered this year because of the whole coronavirus type stuff, and the music scene also suffered because of this. However, this year I've seen more and more bands release music, and that makes this list one of the hardest lists I have ever done. And yeah, I managed to put down 20 of these phenomenal records. Each and every single one is just amazing. So if you don't know the band, I'll put a link in the description for you guys to check it out. So please do, for the love of God. So the first thing I really want to do is give some shout outs. And the first two are YouTubers, and I've done a lot of recommendations for them, a lot of shout outs as well. They have been in my standard description. You've probably seen it if you're ever gonna watch the description. The first one is Ryan Metal Viking 82, my brother from another mother, my brother from a different country, from a different continent. He's been with me since freaking day one, and he will be with me until the last day. So, Ryan, thank you for your everlasting support, your everlasting love, your amazingly funny Star Wars memes, tags on YouTube, on Facebook, I don't know what. I love you, man. Thank you so much. Then we go to the second guy that deserves more and more attention. I know his channel is growing more and more steadily, and that's really good to see. That is my Dutch buddy Mark from Wandering Souls. I guess if you know me, you'll probably know him as well, because besides me, he is one of the more underground, more active YouTubers, and it's great to see him grow this year, and that's such an amazing thing, and he deserves more and more. And he is also the most consistent poster of metal YouTube videos I've seen in this whole year, maybe longer. He always brings out amazing content. He has an amazing selection of his metal, of his different kinds of music. I always look forward to a new Wandering Souls video, and so thank you, Mark, for giving me your support and keeping your channel alive. Thank you, dude. So the other recommendation that I want you guys to give and shout outs at the same time are from Dutch labels, because every single label around the world has felt the pain and suffering of the coronavirus. A lot of new releases couldn't go through, a lot of new tours couldn't go through, so a lot less merch is being sold as well, which means basically that they went out of business. However, a lot of new labels also emerged, and out of the three labels that I'm going to give a shout out to give a recommendation, two of them I believe emerged this year, and they've been doing quite good. So the first one that I want to give a shout out to is a more established label here in the Netherlands. It's mainly black metal. Void Wanderer Productions. As you can see by the logo here, that's a badass logo, by the way. They brought out some amazing stuff. They brought out some Asgrau stuff. They brought out the new Grievance that I reviewed on my website. and some other amazing stuff. They've been going quite good this year, and all of the Ausgrau stuff has mostly sold out because they released a new album this year as well, which is freaking awesome. So go and check out Void Wanderer Productions. I'll put a link in the description here as well. So check it. Alright, the next one is another Dutch label, as I earlier mentioned. But this is Brutal Insanity Records, and as you can see by the logo right here, that's a badass logo as well, must say. These guys, I believe, emerged early this year, and they brought out some really cool underground bangers. They brought out, I believe their first release was Fool's Regiment with their first demo or something, or first EP. Filthy Nasty Grindcore. Then their second one was a split, I believe, between Jack and something else, I believe. Otherwise, it would have been split. Yeah, but they've been going pretty good this year. And they announced a while ago that they're going to do a release of a band called Brut, called Blood Moon. And needless to say, that's a pretty big release for a label that has been, yeah, pretty young, I must say. Brut, I believe the vocalist is the old bassist of Agrostikron or something like that. She's an amazing, amazing vocalist and bassist, as far as I can remember. Didn't quite do the research on Brut, but yeah, it was a really good release, and I believe it got really good sales as well. And what I love about this is it's being run by two buddies. One is more of a buddy from me, but the other one might become a buddy of mine as well. Since I really want to do more and more reviews in 2021, I said to them, yeah, like maybe you could do a partnership or something, that I always do a review for you guys. And they said, yeah, that would be awesome. So might as well do that then. But go and check out Brutal Insanity Records. They just announced a new tape tomorrow. Not tomorrow, this morning. And that's going to be limited to 20 copies. So they're gonna do more releases, but on a limited amount, which is, in my opinion, the best way to put yourself on the map. And that's what Brutal Insanity Records is going to do. So go check them out as well. Alright, and the last label that I'm going to give a shout out to, and I believe these guys were from this year or from last year. This is called Knekelput Recordings. It will be a bitch to pronounce if you're not Dutch, but yeah, you pronounce it Knekelput as far as I can remember. They have been putting out tapes like it's a flood or a tsunami. It's insane how much these guys have been pumping out tapes. And the more crazy thing is that they almost always get sold out within the first day, which is sick. Especially in such a niche market, the underground raw black metal scene here in the Netherlands isn't that really big, but it is present. And Knekelput has been making very, very unique tapes, and I'll replace the logo right now by one or maybe a few of these beautiful, gorgeous tapes that are sadly no more available, because if you don't buy them for the music, you'll probably love to buy them just for the artwork alone that's been engraved or put on the tapes. It's just phenomenal how good they look. However, it's one of those labels like Go to Warx where you have to press F5 and refresh a lot. Otherwise, you won't be able to buy one of those tapes. Um, Luckily, I managed to snatch one up, and it's still in transit as far as I can see. Because of all the coronavirus and all of the Christmas shit going on, all of the parcels are delayed to the max. So that's a big bummer. But go check out Knekelput Recordings if you're into raw black metal, sometimes a bit of death metal, and dungeon synth and dark ambient as well. So go check them then out as well. So let's dive into the real reason why you're here, the album of the year list. Let's move on. All right. So as I said earlier, this is a 20 top 20-ish album of the year list for me. I could have made it longer, but that makes it harder for me, and I don't want to leave out certain bands that I really, really wanted to give a shout out and put on my list. And it is my list, my opinion, my way of listening to music, my way of enjoying music. So I really want to see other 2020 album of the year lists as well. So if you have a video or maybe just a written one, put it down in the comments and I'll check it out for sure. Alright, but at number 20 we got Cryptworm, Reeking Gunk of Abhorrence. And as you can see, this looks freaking nasty. Like, filthy. And that's exactly what this music is. It is old school death metal from the UK, Bristol to be exact. And it's one of the more nasty old school death metal I've heard this year. So that's why it's my top 20. So go check it out as well. Link in the description. Alrighty then. At number 19, we got the first Dutch band. There are quite a few Dutch bands in here because not that I really put a how do you say it, a focus more on the Dutch scene. It kind of naturally happened because a lot of great Dutch metal has emerged from this year. But at number 19 we got Black Decades with Never a Word. They are yeah, how do you say experimental black metal, post black metal type of band. They add sludge, doom, punk, and of course black metal into their type of music, and it certainly is an interesting album to listen to, or release to listen to, and it is an early 2020 release. It's from the beginning around February, I believe. And yeah, it's just an interesting listen to. So if you're up for some, yeah, interesting music, go and listen to Black Decades, Never a Word. All right, we stick in the Netherlands region. Yeah, gotta sit down and crack my neck. Because Fluisteraars at number 18 with their album Bloom. Bloom means flower, so yeah. And just by looking at their older album covers, this really stands out because it's kind of colorful, and yeah, it's their music is really good. Sometimes could be a run of the mill, but they add a little bit more flavor to it here and there, and that what makes this a really interesting listen. So it is really interesting to listen to, and Fluisteraars always makes a great album. So go and check out Fluisteraars with Bloom. Alright, then we don't have a metal album right here. We got from the project, one woman project, Ols, we got the release of Vetma. Yeah. If you're familiar with the more known bands like the folk album of Mirker, the Heilung band or project, or I don't know, Einar Selvik, Wardruna, um, Gelder, stuff like that. You will love this project as well. Her previous releases were really uplifting and danceable and stuff like that. Something like Song Like It or something. You will absolutely love the older albums of Ols. However, this is more of a dark release, and that's what really attracted me. And as you can see by the title, as you can see by the album cover, you probably know why. It is certainly an interesting listen. A lot of great vocalization is going on, and that is exactly what I searched in this type of dark music. And she's from Poland. When I discovered this on Bandcamp, I believe, I ordered every CD that was possible to get from her for a decent price. And these CDs came to me fairly quickly, and I was really stoked to have this in the collection. So yeah, go check out Ols Witma if you like some dark folk music. Alright, I've been saying alright a lot, but yeah, fuck it. Obscene at number 16 with the Inhabitable Dark. I've been introduced to Obscene, I believe in 2019 or 18 already, by Metal Viking 82, Ryan. And he said to me, like, dude, you gotta check this out. This is old school death metal, exactly how you like it. And he knows me quite well, so I was like, nah, fuck it, why not? I'll check it out. And it is phenomenal. Just really pounding old school death metal with a hint of I almost would say like old school brutal death metal, like old suffocation here and there. And that is exactly what I search in my old school death metal. So at number 16, Obscene with the Inhabitable Dark. And then we go to number 15 with one of the old school death metal surprises in the underground scene, Conjureth with Foul Formations. The reason why I went for this one and not the combined one with their new EP, and they mix it together, and then I believe they made a full length. Because Foul Formation, in my opinion, has a better album cover, and I like all the purplish pinky type stuff mixed in this album cover. But Conjureth is old school death metal with I believe a more of a doom-ish type of feeling to it, and that is exactly what I expected for their new EP as well. But I like the Foul Formation side of the full length they brought out right now. So that's why I went with the standalone EP release of Foul Formations from Conjureth. Alright, now we are getting to the heavy stuff. At number 14, we got Paleface with Chapter 3, The Last Selection. My god. This is beatdown with some slam influence as well. I know that's very close to each other, but brutal slamming beatdown should be their genre name or something. But I got introduced to this in October or early November, and since then I've been just listening to this type of beatdown. It's just amazing stuff. Normally I'm not that big of a fan of beatdown music, however, this really hits the spot for me, so that's really fucking awesome to have a beatdown record release in this list, and I believe it's the first beatdown that's ever been in an album of the year for me. So congrats to Paleface for being my first beatdown band, sliming brutal sliming beatdown band, something like that. So if you're up for some stuff like distant, but want more of a beatdown feeling to it instead of the down tempo stuff, you gotta go and check out Paleface. They're fucking heavy. Alright, we stay with the heavy stuff. We go to Denmark for Cabal with Drag Me Down. I got this band introduced to me in 2018 by their previous, I believe, release. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, I got introduced to them in 2018, and since then it has been on and off my my phone, on my phone playlist. Yes, I do still import files on my phone to listen to it on a media player there. Not a Spotify fan at all. So, but Cabal Drag Me Down is fucking nasty. They're heavy, they're fast, and their breakdowns are on a different level. These guys are just phenomenal. Sadly, this album didn't live up to the expectations that I had for this album. I thought they've gone a little bit step further. However, this hits the spot here and there as well. But I was hoping that it would hit the spot more and more. So that's why it is on number 13. Alright, now we go to the weirdest release of 2020, and for me, by far, that is Vile Creature with Glory, Glory, Apathy Took Helm. That's a big ass long album title. However, it is one of the most unique projects I've heard this year. And they're from Canada, and I don't hear a lot of stuff from Canada, in my opinion. I don't know why, but I believe that there is a big ass metal scene. I believe a big black metal scene as well. But this project is experimental doom, or progressive doom. It is really interesting to listen to this record. Like the title track, "Glory, Glory, Apathy Took Helm," is really long, and the first 3 or 4 minutes are just angelic type of vocals going on, and normally I was like, nah, this doesn't fit the music, but with Vile Creature it does. And to and having in the back of my head this album or this band is just 2 people, if I've done my research correctly. That is amazing to produce something so large, so vibrant, and it is intriguing to listen to. It could be a hard listen to, but it is really interesting to listen to, and that's basically the only thing I can say about this. It's an interesting, weird release to listen to, and I like it. So that's at number 12, Vile Creature with Glory, Glory, Apathy Took Helm. At number 11, we have a Sanctifying Ritual with their self-titled release. I don't know where I found this. I believe I found it on a site, and it got me recommended to it, or a review site or something like that. And by looking at the album cover, I was kind of intrigued because I saw the lo-fi-ish type of old school death metal vibe. I felt that with it, and it's more, say, a little bit more polished than the Cryptworm release I talked earlier about, but this one has a more more of a, how do you say it, a more refined, a more polished sound to it, a little bit more, even though it's also a little bit nasty, it also kind of fits the whole atmosphere that Sanctifying Ritual creates with their old school death metal. Um, so if you're intrigued by this cover like I was, you're in for some really nasty old school death metal. Yeah, we are going to enter the top 10 right now. We enter it with an international band. They're from the Netherlands, Belgium, and France. Um, this project is called Silver Knife with their release Unyielding and Unseen. And it is raw, or yeah, it's kind of raw black metal, but also at the same time, it's just mesmerizing black metal. Not in a way that atmospheric black metal does, but it drags you in and it won't let you go. Like saying Wiegedood is atmospheric black metal. It isn't. It's just straightforward black metal. Silver Knife does that as well. And being from the Netherlands, Belgium, and France, um, especially from Belgium, their black metal scene is doing it for me right now. And when I heard the Dutch and the Belgians are collaborating again, I was like really intrigued. And it is phenomenal, this release. It's just a good listen to. And if you like Wiegedood as well, like me, go and check out Silver Knife as well, please. At number 9, we got Oncology with Omniversal Anti-Genesis. These guys have been on my radar for the longest time. And their version of brutal slamming death metal-ish has been more getting to the technical side. So technical, brutal, slamming, death metal. If that is a genre, probably it is, but Oncology makes some. I'll just stick it to brutal death metal. They make some really good brutal death metal. It's really, how do you say it? Really intriguing to listen to every single time. I'm really happy for them that they finally been signed. Um, don't know to which label, but I believe Rising Nemesis Records. They got signed to. But Oncology is, for me, one of the most interesting bands that has come out of Ireland, Northern Ireland. I believe on Northern Ireland, yeah. But they are steadily becoming one of my most interesting brutal death metal to listen to, so go check out them as well. Yeah, we go back to the Netherlands for Carnifloor Engulfed in Gold. This release is, I believe, something of a half a year ago. But Carnifloor is the one-man project of the guitarist from Corpse, and he also put together a project with on every song there's a different vocalist called Vocal Dystonia, and that's just freaking sick. However, Carnifloor Engulfed in Gold, I've got more of a better feeling with. It's just if you like the early epicardiectomy or something, you will absolutely love this. The whole image with the chains and grills and stuff, just awesome. I absolutely love the whole atmosphere going around this album. It's a really fun listen to, and that's exactly what it is. A slam with a really good doses of fun. So go and check out if you're up for that. Then one of the most interesting listens to in the Dutch black metal scene. We go to a Levendleed with Algehele Malaise. It is a project from, I believe, the city of Alkmaar, which is a little bit north from me. And Levendleed has been putting out music since, I believe, 2017 or 18. And he brought out a demo, he remastered it, and I reviewed that original demo, and it was just run-of-the-mill black metal. However, it did have some interesting moments in the demo that really got me intrigued, and hopefully he put out another demo of an EP or full length, and he did with Algehele Malaise, and it's a hard listen to, especially if you really listen to the I believe Dutch lyrics. It is about a dude who wants to conquer the world. He conquers the world, and then he has been taken down by a whole group or something, or I don't know how it exactly goes, but it is a really intriguing listen to. It is horrifying. It is depressing, and sometimes here and there a tad of bit of uplifting as well, to give it a strong and steady, how do you say, strong and steady feeling to this black metal record. So if that kind of intrigues you, go check them out. All right, the second project from Denmark, but this is a black metal project, and if you looked on the internet, especially in the black metal internet, you've probably seen this album cover pop up here and there. Afsky with Of the Jekdromme Mik Dood at number 6. Yeah, what to say about this album that hasn't been said? Taking atmospheric black metal to a next level. Without the type of trees and winds and shit. Afsky has made a really, really, really good, a really good album. It's one of those albums that will stick in the back of your mind for a couple of days, and then you're like, what was that album again? And then you pop this one up, and then you like, okay, yeah, it was this. It's an interesting listen to, and I know I said that about a lot of releases I put in my list, but that's exactly what I was searching for this year, are unique releases, and Afsky is certainly one of those bands. I'm glad that I got the vinyl that you probably have seen in all of my black metal vinyl video. It is an amazing listen, so go and check them out as well. Alright, we enter the realm of the top 5 of the album of the year list. And we enter with a controversial one, because BTK, Medusa at number 5, does have a little bit of a sketchy side, but I'm really good at the separating art from the ideology. So I just go for the music and not for the ideology. And the music is the heaviest I've heard this year, without a single doubt. This deathcore is just pounding, 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 etc., etc. One of the, if not the heaviest releases this year. Yeah, so go check it out if you can separate ideology from the art. That is this just insanely heavy music. So go and check out BTK music. BTK with Medusa, their music. Yeah, we go to number 4, and that is my favorite German band, to say the least, especially in the realm of death metal. The technical brutal death metal modern day legends for me. Cytotoxin with their 2020 release Nuclear. I got the special box set up there. Let me see if you can see it. It's the yellow thingy right there. It is an amazing release. For me, it's a little bit less than the how do you say it? Their previous release, Gamageddon. I believe that was my number one a few years ago. However, Nuclear is focusing more on the death metal side than on the technical side. But there are a lot of technical sides on there as well. It's just an amazing release to listen to. Cytotoxin have been making steps that no one has expected them to make to maintain such a high quality of technical brutal death metal along the way. They have advanced in making their songs more accessible as well, and not the overly done tapping and stuff and sweep picking. This is their most accessible album for me, but that does not let it down that this is their one of the best albums. I believe they're second best for me, in my opinion. It is phenomenal. If you watch this channel, you will absolutely know who Cytotoxin is, and you probably heard this album. And hopefully you will agree with me that this is the best technical death metal record of the year. Alright, top 3. Yeah, at number 3, the bronze place, we go for the release the Gevreesde Ziekte with, I believe, Omega. Every time I see this release, it says something different. So let's put it as I. But the Gevreesde Ziekte is a project from Eindhoven in North Brabant, in the south of the Netherlands, and it came out of nowhere and blew everybody in the Dutch black metal scene. And actually, this is really weird to say in black metal, but it has a sing-along value to it, especially with the title track of the band. The track De Gevreesde Ziekte is the catchiest black metal song out of 2020 and maybe the last 5 years. The chorus is just insanely catchy, especially if you're Dutch. You can sing along very easily with this, with these lyrics, and they have done an amazing job at creating such a how do you say it? A cooperative release with fans to immerse themselves in black metal. And it's also very accessible for me and for the not so experienced black metal listener. You can easily enjoy the Gevreesde Ziekte with I at number 3 for me. Alright, at number 2 we have on the silver podium place we got Obstructor with Wrong Hands. This band is a band from, I believe, late 2019 or begin 2020. And it's a thrash band, and it has been a while ago since a pure thrash band has been on my end of the year list, and needless to say, they deserve it. It's just a phenomenal album. The album Wrong Hands has everything I desire and I want in a thrash metal album. It has double vocals, very unique style of vocals as well. They sound like they're really mature, and that's really unique in a thrash metal scene to sound mature, but these guys managed to do that, and for that, I give them a lot of praise. I do expect a lot from them for the next release, but I'm sure they will at least match my expectations, and I kindly hope they will exceed my expectations. So check out Obstructor with Wrong Hands. And at number 1, my album of the year, the gold plays the best album of 2020, drumroll, is Meslamtaea with Geketend in de schaduw van het leven. This album is just so unique, so immersive, so storytelling, so enjoyable, so eerie, so dark, so haunting. It's everything I love and adore in black metal. This album really has got every single bit. And take a look at this album cover. It is so beautiful. And if there was an album art of the year 2020 list, this would take my very first spot as well. It is just mind-blowing how amazingly produced it is. It is just phenomenal, to say the least. It's nothing I can compare it to. It has clean vocals, it has raw vocals, it has spoken words, it has raspy girl-like vocals. The girls, by the way, from Doodswens. Doodswens, no, Wens. Doodswens. It is just phenomenal. So go and check out my album of the year, Meslamtaea, Geketend in de schaduw van het leven. And so for that, I conclude my album of the year list. Again, Meslamtaea, Geketend in de schaduw van het leven is my number 1. I hope you guys will stick with me for the rest of 2021 and maybe a few years after that. Would be nice, because I got a lot of great things. I am going to make a brand new website because my current website isn't really what I want, so I'll go and do it a little bit more professional, which I kind of like to do. Expect me to do a lot more reviews as well. A lot more, how do you say it? A lot more alliances are going to be taken care of. I don't know. But I'm gonna do more stuff on Instagram. I'm trying to do a few things more because I'm testing out some new stuff, having some new ideas, talking about a lot with people, talking with labels, to have some cooperation and stuff. I really want to keep that up in 2021, especially when the lockdowns are over, because I've been active a lot more in lockdowns than not during lockdowns. So I hope you guys will stick with me for the rest of 2021. I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you have a great New Year, and I'll see you next year. And cheers from Good Music Promotions, and see ya.